Hello everyone, welcome to Train Me Buddy. This is Siddharth. In the previous videos, we had gone through how to write SQL queries. However, if you want to save the SQL queries in the database, then you need to prepare it and save it somewhere. So for that, we need to use the store procedure. So in today's video, I'll show you in detail how to write store procedure. So let's get started. Store procedure is a collection of SQL statements stored in a database which can be executed as a single unit. And it is a reusable piece of code which can help you perform complex calculations or repetitive tasks with ease. It can be used to retrieve data, insert, update, or delete records, or running the complex calculations. Store procedures are pre-compiled, so they can be executed faster than the regular SQL statement. Another benefit of store procedure is it can improve your security and it can avoid the SQL injection attacks. Now, let's understand how to create, modify, and execute store procedure using SQL statement. So now let's see how to create a procedure. So for that, we need to have the query as create procedure. Then here you need to provide the procedure name. So let me have the procedure name as get employee details. So I'll be getting the data from employee. Then I need to have as, and we can have optionally begin and end. So let's have begin and end to enclose the collection of queries. So in this case, I'll be only using single query to get the data from employee table. So let me have a query as select star from employee. So let me put a gap to make it more visible. So here we have a procedure definition ready to get the data from employee table. Let me execute this query and the query is successfully completed. And we can go to programmability and procedures and let's refresh. And here you can see that the procedure get EMP details has been created. Now, let me execute this procedure. So for that, we need to have the query as exec and procedure name. And let me execute this. And here you can see that it is getting all the column data from employee table. So let's say I don't want to get all the columns data from employee table, but I want to get the selected columns. So for that, I can modify the procedure. So for modifying the procedure, you need to have the alter command. So let's have alter, then procedure name, and let me change the star with the column names. So here I am getting the employee ID, first name, last name, phone, email, and department ID. So let me execute this alter procedures query and it is successfully completed. So let me execute this procedure now. And you can see that it is getting the selected columns which we defined after modifying the procedure. So you can also check whether this procedure is modified by going to this procedure in Object Explorer, right click and modify. And here you can see that the procedure has been modified. As you see in this output, we are getting all the records from employee table. But let's say I want to filter the data while getting the data from employee table. So for that, let's say I want to get the department specific data. So let me have a where clause here, where department ID equal to 1. And let me alter it again. And let me execute this procedure. And here you can see that it is getting data from department ID 1. And always it will be getting the data from department ID 1. But how we can make it dynamic so that user can provide the department ID and based on the input from the user, it should be getting us the output. So for that, we need to have a parameter defined along with the procedure. So let's say I want to have the department ID as a parameter. So let me have @dpt_id for department ID as, and you need to provide the data type. So as the department ID is integer type, let me have int. So if you are sending, let's say, department name, so in that case, you can have the department name as your parameter and have the env varchar as the type. So let's go with department ID for this example. And here we have defined the department ID as an integer type parameter. Also, you can have optionally a starting bracket and ending bracket to enclose the parameters. Also, you can have the multiple parameters, which we can see in our next video. So now we have defined our department ID parameter. So let's consume this in our where clause. So let me replace this one with the department ID, which will be making this query dynamic. So let me execute this alter procedure. And here we have the procedure successfully altered. Now let me execute this procedure. And here we need to provide the parameter. Without that, it will fail. So let's have the get employee detail. And let me send the parameter as 2. So as we are sending the integer type parameter, we are not enclosing this with the 2 single quotes. But if you are sending a parameter of type varchar, then you need to enclose that with 2 single quotes. So let me execute this procedure now. And this is getting me the employee records from employee table with the department ID 2. So let me change this parameter to 1 and execute. And this is getting me the data for department ID 1. So similarly, you can make use of the parameter to make your store procedure query more and more dynamic. I hope I could help you how to create, execute, and alter store procedure and using simple parameters. In the next part of this video, we'll go through how to insert, update records, and more complex logic using the store procedure. So if you have not subscribed my channel Train Me Buddy, then please do subscribe and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Thank you.